Welcome along to the Steinlager Touch Nationals for 1995, being held here in Palmerston North for the second year. Absolutely perfect conditions, around about 26, 27 degrees, just a light easterly to cool things off a bit, and some fine touch action planned for this afternoon. And joining me is co-commentator Graham Christian. And Graham, Auckland through to all three finals, a reflection of their strength in the sport?
Yes, I think Auckland are the traditional finalists for many years, and this is an indication of the strength in the Auckland area. We have North Harbour in the open men's too, and being based in Auckland, I guess that indicates the strength that exists there. I think we're going to see a fine array of skills and an excellent day for touch.
Okay, it certainly is an excellent day for touch. Let's go and check out the first of our finals coverage. Looking at the open women's grade and having a look at the two teams. Firstly, Auckland, number 1, Tracy Burrell. Number 2, Rochelle Redmond. Number 3, Ebony Doyle. Number 4, Cheryl James. 5 is Marianne Nui. Number 6, Diane Apati. Number 7, Janine Waihone. Number 8, Maylene Mirotti. Number 9, Susie Shortland. Number 10, Carleen Kerridge. Number 11, Renee Mutu. Number 12, Moana Waiwiri. And number 13, Michelle Driscoll. Number 14, completing the lineup, Sharon Putt. For Waikato, number 1 is Vanessa Coots. Number 2 is Geneva Moana. Number 3, Emma-Jean Rangatawa. Number 4, Jodie Tawa. Number 5, Angie Toll. Number 6 is Colleen McElroy. Number 7, Sonia Davis. Number 8, Paula Tapara. Number 9, Tui Ormsby. Number 10, Leanne Walker. Number 11, Shelly-Ann Elliott. Number 12, Jodie Rangatawa. Number 13, Nicola Kidd. And number 14 completes the lineup. That's Heather Maitland. Tracy Burrell gets play underway for Auckland. They're in possession first, and they were the top qualifiers in this final. They defeated Bay of Plenty in the major semi-final this morning by 1-0, and that's probably an indication of the tightness of this competition amongst the top 3 or 4 teams, Graham, that sometimes there's only just the one touchdown in it.
Absolutely. In the last 4 or 5 years, it's been very, very hard to pick a winner. Waikato have been unfortunate. They've been bridesmaids 3 years in a row, so perhaps it's their day today.
As they take the ball up, their first possession, Sonia Davis is 7. And Waikato, good little bit of ball movement, but Davis puts it down, and Auckland come up with possession. And Auckland will be looking for a title here. Some pretty classy players out there. Oh, that's a good little bit of play. Drew in the defence, through a good pass, touch pass. And possession goes back to Waikato. Checking out the reffing staff for this afternoon's final, Brent Baxter, Rachel Orr and Tammy Clark, and touch judges are Kathy Belshaw and Steve T. Moana Nui.
That's the one. I think it's an indication of the standard of refereeing in this country now. A lot of women are getting involved, and we see in this final, it's the triple system, 3 referees, and 2 of them are women. Well done, ladies.
Leanne Walker in 10, and there we go, there's the handover. That's the first set of completed 6, I think, for the match, and very important that they play out their sets of 6 as Auckland go to their subbing bench. Auckland subbing on the near side, Waikato on the far side, and a pass really forced there by Marianne Nui. Nice bright numbers, so we're able to pick out all these players. 4 is Jodie Tawa for Waikato, and a little fumble there from Heather Maitland. So there's been a few errors early in this match, pretty uncharacteristic. As you can see there, possibly a penalty coming. Yep, very strict on getting out of the play the ball area. Cheryl James in 4, off to Rachel Redmond. Very good player. Remember her from 2 years ago in Christchurch having quite an influence in that game, which I think went to a drop-off, and Auckland won in a drop-off. And through for the first of the day is Janine Waihone. So there we go, there's the first touchdown of the game, and let's have a look at the Steinlager Blue replay for the first try of the day.
Okay, and we can see Janie Waihone running through. She's been in the New Zealand team for 3 years. I think she's only 17 years old, just pace versus angle, and she has got plenty of pace. Good so diving touch, but missed.
Auckland, early touchdown here, and they're up by 1-0 over Waikato. This ball will be played by Vanessa Coots. She's the number 1 player for Waikato. Dumps, and it's scooped up by Tui Ormsby. Away for Coots, and Ormsby working together here. That's the 6. Couldn't really do much with it. And now Auckland just go into their pattern, bring the ball up, work towards their subbing bench. And Auckland doing well here. They're pulling the defence out. And forward pass. Well, that looked to be pretty much of a line ball. Do the referees out on the field of play get any help from the referees on
yes, if it's a forward
lines?
pass, Rob, you'll see the referee's orange flag go up on the sideline. They hold the flag to the chest, indicating the forward pass. We'll see Waikato working in position here, and they've got their key players in attack, and unfortunately it's gone to the ground. Number 3, Amy Jean Rangatawa, a really promising player in the game, plays A-grade netball as well for Waikato, and look at the pace on her.
Oh, just holding on to it there. Marianne Nui just on her fingertips, but it has gone to ground, so Waikato getting plenty of possession at the right end of the field.
She should have recovered.
Set up here.
She should have recovered from that mistake and not passed on, forced an error, and now Waikato are hot on attack.
Good work there, Shelly-Ann Elliott. Oh, interception here. Should be closed down. Looks for support, finds it. Forcing the pass out wide, out it goes to Carleen Kerridge. And Waikato in all sorts of disarray here. Oh, excellent hands from Rachel Redmond. One-handed take, the ball behind her, and she just caught it, put it on her hip very well indeed. And there's the 6, but breakaway. Not often you see intercepts in this.
Very rare,
grade.
Rob. Very rare.
Must be the 6 now. No, still a couple to go. Burrell. Uppity. Away for Cheryl James. There's the dump. Loops around. Should be in. Oh, forward pass. So that was very good work from Auckland. They did well and created the gap on the outside, but unfortunately just a little bit of a forward pass. And Waikato breathe again. Auckland playing good control touch here. Fresh players on. Nice little wrap around there and dump. Scooped up and Auckland again. Making good progress here. This is Carleen Kerridge, and that was on the 6th, and the turnover goes the way of Waikato. They just tend to be sort of all over the show with their play. Can't really see any pattern developing. There's Waikato. This is Amy Jean Rangatawa. Well, that's the sort of pass you normally see after the Hooters sounded.
Something like that. I wouldn't be asking for those sorts of passes as a coach, and they need to just pull those in and just go hard towards the opposition's line and play to their strengths.
Auckland looking to try and increase their lead that they have at the moment. Good little bit of ball movement here. And the defence holds out. Moana Waiwiri indicates that she wants her partner to come on. She goes to the subbing box. And Auckland now try and set something up here. Looks to be some space out wide. Peeling off nicely. And try. Oh, excellent try. I think that's Marianne Nui there with the try that gives Auckland a 2-0 lead here. And let's have a look at the Steinlager Blue replay.
There's a beautiful crossfield run by Tracy Burrell, and she's looking inside to Marianne Nui, and Nui's redeemed her 2 earlier mistakes by diving for the line. Excellent touchdown and well supported.
So Waikato have a lot of work to do here. They haven't settled into this match at all as we're into around about the 13th or 14th minute, so about 6 out from half time. Pass forced, and it'll be a turnover. It'll go back to Auckland, and they just play controlled touch here. Look at them forcing their way over to the... Oh, well, that could be a vital turnover for them. They were getting themselves all sorted out to sub, and now Waikato have a golden opportunity here. You could see that Auckland were just slowing the tempo of the game down and looking to get some fresh legs on there.
Exactly. They were slowing the tempo down. They had a 2-0 lead. They want to take the drive out of the Waikato team by keeping possession and frustrating Waikato, but unfortunately they've handed over early. Tolls at dummy half. Watch her. She's got a devastating scoop. That Waikato player shouldn't sub now. They want their full complement of players on the field when they're attacking. Here comes a player on now. Number 14, Heather Maitland for Waikato. And there goes Toll from dummy half, and unfortunately the ball's gone to ground.
So now Auckland will well and truly look to push the ball up this near touchline and sub some of those players. You can see them all lining up to take the ball up once and sub. Oh, and here's another one, almost exactly the same call would that be there. And Waikato trying to take it quickly.
I don't think she tapped it. And these sorts of errors that will take Waikato out of the game, they've just got to display a degree of control and perhaps attack to the middle where their stronger players are. There they are now. Number 6, Colleen McElroy and Angela Toll, just positioning players around her now. Vanessa Coots, the women's fastest player in New Zealand women's touch. And unfortunate, unforced error again.
So Waikato just looking a little bit bereft of ideas, really. They've got those playmakers in the centre of the field, but they didn't really seem to have anything on. Not only on that occasion, but the time before when they were in possession.
Exactly. I think they're passing away from their key players as well, and when you've got a strength, you play to it, and they need to play to their key players who are generally in the middle.
Auckland moving the ball nicely up the field here, as that's Michelle Driscoll, 13. And a flying attempt at a touch. Nice pass inside for Marianne Nui. And that is the 6. So the turn over goes to Waikato, who would be very keen to get on the board before half-time. Going into the break 2-0 down, and there's certainly a lot of work to be done if they can't narrow this gap here. And they just sort of seem to be playing it a little bit at half pace. They started off with a hiss and a roar, and nice little run coming from Leanne Walker.
Leanne's been a New Zealand player for several years and has a lot of experience, and they just need to use that sort of experience to control the game. They have a meandering pattern at the moment, and they don't seem to be driving forward hard enough.
So Vanessa Coots caught as the dummy half, so the turnover goes the way of Auckland, and they'll know that there's only 2 or 3 minutes to go until the half-time hooter sounds, and they'll be quite happy to push Waikato back inside their half. Oh yes, well, that pass, even if it had been caught, I think there would have been a nod from the sideline. It certainly looked a little bit forward. Maitland, good little run. And 3 minutes to go until half-time. Waikato very keen to get on the board here. Maitland for Ormsby. 13 is Nicola Kidd. Maitland again. Let's see what they've got planned here. There's the dump. Good defence from Auckland. They're holding them out.
Would appear to me, Rob, as if Waikato are just running out of ideas on attack, bereft of attacking ideas, and it's probably unfortunate for them, I would think.
They qualified in the minor semi-final, so they've had to play 2 games prior to today, and they certainly look a bit tired. They just don't seem to have their minds totally focused on what they have to do today. They're doing some very unfinal-like things out there.
I would think so. And if you just look at the field position now, Auckland have gone through, this is the 5th touch now, and Auckland have made good field position. And as we discussed in the mixed game, they're just running their last touch out and then just delaying the hand over the ball, and the defence is now all set. They're in good position to defend Waikato.
About a minute and a half to go. So Waikato, little fumble, not picked up. So what can Waikato do? Can they come up with a try from deep inside their own territory? Well, they've only got a minute or so to go. And a burst there coming from Jodie Rangatawa. In possession again. And there we go. Only able to get the ball 2 metres inside Auckland territory, so Auckland defended very well.
Lovely evasive skills.
They can beat that one player 9 times out of 10. The rest of the line are back 5 metres, so there's an easy 5 metres to be made as Auckland. Oh, they'll get another one. Oh, almost looked as though they were going to go in for touchdown number 3. They now put the pressure on, but a pass that dribbles along the turf means that Waikato get the last roll of the dice in the first half. Here comes Toll, very quick indeed. She's done well. They've got it inside Auckland territory just on the second touch.
need to continue driving forward, drive forward towards Auckland's line so they don't have so far to mount their attacks. And here comes Toll and Coots together. They're extremely experienced players. Good pace, as you can see from Toll running through from dummy half. And it's 6 touch.
They've got play down the Auckland end of the field. Now they've got to try and force an error. But I doubt whether there'll be enough time for them to set something up. Sensible play here from Auckland, bringing the ball across so that they can get some fresh players on just to finish up. And again,
tap penalty for no touch. Coots in control of the ball. Rangitawa beside her, and I would think Toll's inside her again. So they really have their pace players here. And sorry, Leanne Walker is outside of her. So yes, they've got a lot of experience attacking this line. And
there we go.
Too late.
Play until the touch is made. The touch is made. So a very disappointing half for Waikato. They haven't really threatened the Auckland line at all, and Auckland go to the break with the lead here in the women's final at the Steinlager Touch Nationals by 2-0. I think if Waikato can score first here, they seem to be a team that really plays on highs, and if they can get one, I think they might get two and might even get up and win this.
They certainly have the potential to do that, and I would hope that they can. It makes for an interesting game. It's one of those intercepts that we never see.
And there's a bit of a mistake there from Auckland. Waikato have the ball just 5 metres out. They had a few situations like this in the first half and weren't able to convert them. Auckland keeping their defensive line pretty good. This is Geneva Moana. Now Waikato, what can they sort out? Imogene Rangitawa, Angie Toll.
Auckland employing a very good defensive tactic here, coming away from their line continuously and fast and putting pressure on the Waikato attacking players.
Oh, I think she avoided the touch. She did avoid the touch. Very good work there. Tui Ormsby's got in for the try for Waikato. Good work.
Geez, that looked close to me. I think the referee's called no touch. Looks like she may have missed. The referee's overcalling the player's touch, and it's a good touchdown. Angela Toll giving a reverse pass to number 9, Tui Ormsby. 2-1 to Auckland.
Auckland just beginning to show that they're not bereft of ideas from broken play as well. That was some very good running from Driscoll.
I think you look at a lot of these key players in these teams like Driscoll and Nui. These girls are in their early 20s, very early 20s, and yet they had 5, 6, 7 years of experience. Quite amazing.
Waikato have to be a bit careful there. They're not really coming out that much. You can see they are walking up, but they've got to be careful that they don't just remain static. See here, they have to come out. This is Diane Apati, 6. Now Auckland set something up. Waiwiri, and that's the handover.
Dummy half. Good call by the referee. Yes, Waikato don't appear to be defending on their toes, and it's just so critical with quick players around you. You need to be ready for anything.
Nice work here from Sonia Davis. Is Waikato just losing the role that they tried to get on there. Ebony Doyle up for Driscoll, who's had a good last couple of minutes. Good runs. Into dummy half again she goes. Doyle, Driscoll, now she's going to find someone back inside. Yes, excellent work. And Driscoll involved again. Just trying to work out who it was. It might have even been Doyle getting the pass back. But excellent touch here for Auckland.
Michelle Driscoll running through from dummy half and passing a support player who dots down on the line. Well done in one motion, and I think the tables have been turned.
Oh, that was good. That'll be a real killer blow for Waikato. When they got it back to 2-1, they must have been thinking that they were right back in this match, but for Auckland to reply so quickly and push it out to a 2-touchdown advantage is a real killer. Halfway through the second half, 10 minutes to go. This is Leanne Walker, and that is a turnover. But now the odds must surely favour Auckland here. That was a fine bit of play, and I think Michelle Driscoll was taking a well-deserved rest. She had a very influential 3 or 4 minutes on the field, but another turnover early in the touch count. Waikato, well, still not out of it.
Not out of it yet, Rob. Michelle Driscoll played for New Zealand mixed team 2 years ago, and we beat the Australians, and her experience and pace starting to show.
Imogene Rangatawa, 3. Now Waikato, what can they come up with here? Toll in.
Waikato a bit crowded around the ball now. Your key players need lots of room to work in, and Rangatawa diving for line
there, clash of heads. Well, I think it may have been a touch, but you can see here a clash of heads between 2 Auckland players, and always dedicated to the touch. Let's have a look at this, and you'll see a horrific clash of heads here. Bang!
Oh.
Wow. And they're not looking too healthy. Well, unfortunately for Auckland, they've got one of their players being assisted off. In fact, both of them who are involved there are coming off. One of them looks a little bit worse for wear, a bit of claret possibly flowing, and not the first person to leave the tournament with a bit of a cut. But Waikato in possession and looking to finish off the next 8 minutes strongly here. Good dedicated defence there from Auckland. Toll with the ball. Rangatawa, Toll again. But again, Waikato don't really seem to have set plays organised here. Toll. Now, has she got it down? I think she might be awarding this. No. Touch is ruled, so very close. It's Ormsby again, minus the cap this time. Now Toll. Oh! No touch called. Well, there was a touch called. So Auckland survived, but Waikato putting the pressure on. They trail by 3-1. Let's have a look here. Now, trying to avoid it, must have just got her shirt. And Driscoll back on there. And she'll be a vital player in these last few minutes. Good charge here. Now this is Apadi. She's got to find someone to pass to though. She's the dummy half. Trying to find someone. Found her. Found Burrell. That'll be the clincher for Auckland. Very well done indeed from Apati to find someone, and the lady on hand to take the final pass was Burrell. Let's have a look at the Steinaga Blue replay.
Very well picked by Apati. It's not often you run from over halfway on a scoop, and she's done that. And now you can see her starting to look for her support players. She knows who everybody is. She's turning back in. She's seen Tracy Boyle come into the end zone. She's going to find her now. Here comes the pass. Very, very simple. Good possession. Touchdown. Auckland 4-1.
So there we go. That could be the clincher here. Well, I think it will be the clincher 4-1. To be able to get 3 inside the last 5 minutes, you'd need a real miracle here. And Waikato, the pressure of having to play 3 games on this very hot day, telling here now she's got to try and find someone, but just got touched on the ankle there by Moana Waiwiri. And just those 3 games beginning to tell, and I think it really has been a tight performance by Waikato this afternoon, Graham.
Very tight performance, and I'm sorry to say, but with the calibre of player that they actually do have in the team, I would have expected better. I would have expected a better result from Waikato, and disappointing from my part anyway.
So Waikato will take the ball back. Touch just affected as Vanessa Coots tried to go in for a touchdown. But just 5 minutes to go now. Jodie Tawa away for Sonia Davis. 8 is Paula Tapata. This is Jodie Rangatawa. Oh, almost a touch pass there. And must be very close to the end of the touch count here.
Auckland's defence is held very, very well, and it's a credit to the team, a well-prepared team. You can see them, their organisation in defence and attack, and certainly know when to pick the opportunities as they arise.
Oh, that might be a late touchdown. It is. It's very cleverly done indeed by Waikato. I think that's Vanessa Coots getting across for that touch. Let's check the Steinaga Blue replay.
Yes, I would think Sonia Davis running from the dummy house, inside pass, and Vanessa Coots diving for the line. Yes, good touchdown.
But only seconds left here. You'll hear the hooter sound, and the 14 very happy players as Waikato had just taken, and another couple of Aucklanders end up on the ground. But They'll be very happy, and their 4 days' work here at the Steinlager Touch Nationals will be rewarded with some gold medals around their necks. Goal, away it goes for Leanne Walker, but it's too little, too late. Despite a comeback in the second half from Waikato, Auckland just too strong, too good in the end. And they are the 1995 Open Women's champions by 4-2 over Waikato in the final. Bay of Plenty was successful by 6-2 in the major semi-final this morning to be the first finalist to qualify, and Auckland got through by defeating Waikato. So it's Bay of Plenty up against Auckland in the mixed final. Underway in the open mixed final here at the Steinlager Touch Nationals, and it's Auckland with the first possession of the match as they get the ball up inside the attacking third. 8 is Ty Walter, and it's the 5th already. You can see the cones just on the side of the field. That is the try line. The tries have to be scored, and there we go. There's the first set of 6 completed, and Graham, these two teams, some very classy mixed touch players amongst them.
Yes, I think amongst the two teams, Rob, there are 10 New Zealand players that beat Australia in the mixed open 4-2 2 years ago, and yeah, they're extremely experienced.
Excellent pace from Bay of Plenty and bringing the ball up inside the Auckland half. Oh, and a good little surge there made by Mike Daly there. And
I think these athletes are extremely fit, but 10 games will tell on them, and conditioning is an important factor.
So Bay of Plenty got through with an impressive 6-2 win over Waikato in the major semi. And there's a penalty, and tapped quickly here by Terry Beasley. And he's been asked to take the ball back to the mark. Referees for today's match, Tafale Tafau, Kevin Thompson and Robert Suter, and touch judging Lillian Saunders and Wally Galvin. And there's a play right on that far touch line. 4 is Afina Tahiko. She dumps. Dummy half cannot score. They're very close to the line. 11, Norman Beasley. Terry Beasley. Tahiko in. There's a dive. I think he got that down. There's the first try of the mixed final, and it goes to number 7, Terry Beasley. Well, let's have a look at the first try of the mixed final on the Steinlager Blue replay.
Yes, Beasley splits to the side. Tahiko passes him the ball, and he dives to the line. Indicative of the new rules, and a good dive.
And that is the 6. So the turnover comes. And just look for the way that Bay of Plenty will most probably shift the ball over to the left-hand side of the field, though they are working quite a lot to the right here, and now they move it. This is Afina Tahiko. Weka back inside for Paul Wairiki. And let's have a look here.
Forward pass.
Got a forward pass rolling, so the turnover. So there we go. Good little charge coming there from Charlene Iotua. Auckland looking to get back into this match. Bay of Plenty looked impressive in the first 7 or 8 minutes. And Auckland really haven't had a scoring opportunity yet. So there we go. There's 6 again. And look at the speed at which Bay of Plenty are able to move the ball up. Oh, almost a little error there, but good backing up. Bay of Plenty change personnel. And a lot of build-up goes into these teams. It must have been months and months of training to get to this stage.
These teams have been picked in November, Rob, and they would have been playing during the season. A lot of them in club teams together, so the combinations will be a telling factor in this game.
So there's a try, and it was from a penalty, so he was allowed to run all the way through and didn't have to offload. So that's a good try going the way, I think,
yes,
Shane
good dummy
Stevens.
half run here. Shane Stevens backing up on the outside and dots down. And extremely fast and skilled player, Shane Stevens. Only 22 now and played for New Zealand for a number of years.
2-0 up here in the mixed final at the Steinlager Touch Nationals for 95. Bit of space here as Daly takes it up. Itahi, he's been on for quite a while. One of the real playmakers in the Bay of Plenty team. A little bit of interplay there between Paul Wairiki.
Back to 1.
Back to 1. So this is only the second, I think. Wairiki away, Norman Beasley.
Rob, here they'd be working for position. You can see the key players going towards the middle. Tuierahe, watch his step, he goes through.
Can't score and had to offload. So it really creates some dynamic play in the in-goal. There's a 5 metre in-goal area there, and if a dummy half gets in there, he's got to find somebody to pass it to. Here you go, here's the setup, and Irahe gets over the line, but he can't score. It has to offload to someone, and can't find his support, but I think they've just scored, and I think it might have been that man Irahe.
Yes.
So there we go, the third try. Unfortunately, just missing the scoring action there, but Bay of Plenty running hot here. Work up the touchline there from Shailene Aotua for Auckland. But another error, and just frustrating, just the hands not working.
I think it might be evident now, Rob, that Bay of Plenty are showing a different combination, a good pattern. Auckland have got through to this point on experience and speed alone, and now perhaps a combination of experience and teamwork is starting to tell on them.
He's got to find someone, but that's good marking up from Auckland. As Ross Martin got into the in-goal, but he was the dummy half, so he couldn't score, and Auckland did well to close him down. And possibly Bay of Plenty a bit lucky there, as they ran into the play of the ball, but
yes.
Bay of Plenty get the ball back. This is Eliza Stevens, Ross Martin. Stevens and Martin trying to sort something out. Now they'll push the ball across to the left, pulling the defence out. So really a game of cat and mouse, as just that half gap is spotted. Now he's got to find someone, and they have. Now that may be touchdown number 4, and it is. So
right on half-time, Shane Stevens goes through on the scoop again, and Ross Martin dives for another try. 4-0 to Bay of Plenty.
So Auckland trying to just hold off this rampant Bay of Plenty team. They're forcing the passes. That was only on the 3rd, and really having to throw caution to the wind now, Bay of Plenty. And just as we say, Bay of Plenty are rampant. A pass that you can see taken probably 95 out of 100 times is put down by Ross Martin.
We probably allowed them that one mistake. They've had a good game, been very dominant, and I think you'll see that they'll continue this way to the end.
Robert Nathan off to Thomas Samuels. Oh, and Nathan not able to handle the ball. And they will come back to the 5, so touch must have been affected.
He was touched first and then lost possession of the ball. The touch